Billionaires have become masters at managing their wealth in order to keep more money in their pockets. But what does this look like in practice? How exactly do billionaires legally avoid paying taxes, and how do they spend their billions? That's what we're going to take a look at today. So grab your popcorn and join us as we uncover the secrets of the world's richest people. How do the world's billionaires spend their billions? Before we get into the tax evasion schemes that billionaires use, it's important to understand how they manage their fortunes. It's no surprise that many of the world's billionaires live lavish lifestyles, but the way they do it might surprise you. Let's start with Warren Buffett, one of the most successful investors of all time. Buffett lives in the same house he bought in 1958 for $31,500, the equivalent of around $272,000 today. He drives a car he bought in 2014, a car that is worth only around $37,000. And his lunch consists of a daily McDonald's cheeseburger meal for $2.50. However, it's not because Buffett is tight-fisted, but rather that he's incredibly frugal. In fact, he's worth an estimated $93.6 billion today. He just doesn't feel the need to spend much of it. In 2020, he reportedly spent only $25.9 million on housing, food, and clothing. While it may seem strange to see someone with such a vast fortune living so frugally, it's clear that it works for him. He has donated billions of dollars to charity and remains one of the most influential figures in the world. So it's possible that living a more modest lifestyle allows him to focus better on his work and philanthropy. Next, let's look at Mark Zuckerberg, the co-founder and CEO of Facebook. Zuckerberg's net worth is estimated to be around $75.5 billion, but he also lives a surprisingly modest life for someone with such wealth. He and his wife Priscilla Chan reportedly lived in a $1 million home in Palo Alto, California, while raising their 2 children. They also drive an Acura SUV and are known for their casual style, often wearing hoodies and flip-flops. They prioritize experiences over material possessions and reportedly spend $30,000 per week on private jet travel. While some might question the necessity of such lavish travel, it's clear that Zuckerberg has made a conscious effort to maintain a more down-to-earth lifestyle despite his massive wealth. This approach helps him stay connected to the real world and reminds him of the importance of living a balanced life. Another billionaire who seems out of place in a mansion is Larry Ellison, the co-founder and former CEO of Oracle Corporation. Ellison's net worth is estimated to be around $136 billion, yet he owns a humble $2 million home in San Francisco. He prefers to live in a rental property and has been spotted shopping at Costco and Home Depot, something that most billionaires would never be caught doing. Ellison is known for his unique personality and unconventional lifestyle, which includes a passion for golf and a love of cooking. Despite his wealth, he remains active and engaged in the world around him, proving that money doesn't buy happiness. Ray Dalio, the founder of the world's largest hedge fund, Bridgewater Associates, has a net worth of around $16.5 billion, but lives in a $1.8 million house in Greenwich, Connecticut. He's even been seen taking the subway and enjoys biking around New York City. Dalio believes that being grounded in reality is essential to success and advises young people to live within their means. Despite his wealth, Dalio understands that it's not everything, and prioritizes experiences, relationships, and personal growth over material possessions. He has written several books on his approach to life and success and continues to be a prominent figure in the financial world. His humility and down-to-earth attitude are a refreshing change from the typical billionaire image. Finally, let's take a look at Bill Gates, the co-founder of Microsoft. With a net worth of around $113 billion, Gates could easily afford to live in a lavish mansion and drive a luxury car. However, he owns a $500 million house in Medina, Washington, and drives a Toyota Prius. Gates is passionate about sustainability and electric vehicles, and reportedly became the largest private owner of electric cars in the world by buying 500 Teslas for the employees of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. He believes that it's important to lead by example and reduce his carbon footprint. Despite his wealth, Gates remains committed to making a positive impact on the world through his philanthropy and technological innovation. His commitment to sustainability and electric vehicles is an inspiration to us all. So there you have it, 5 of the world's richest people and their surprising lifestyles. These billionaires have proven that money isn't everything, and that living a more modest lifestyle doesn't mean you can't be successful, whether it's through frugality, practicality, or a commitment to values. These billionaires have found ways to live their lives on their own terms without sacrificing their principles or their humanity. Maybe it's time we all took a cue from them and reevaluated our own relationship with money and material possessions. But now let's move on to the second part of the video. How do billionaires legally avoid taxes? We've learned that the world's billionaires are surprisingly frugal and practical people, but another thing they have in common is their ability to minimize their tax burden legally. The rich have long understood the importance of tax planning and have used every legal means necessary to keep more money in their pockets. Here are a few of the most common strategies they use to keep the taxman away. Offshore accounts. One of the most popular tax havens for billionaires is offshore accounts in countries with low or no taxes. For example, the British Virgin Islands, Cayman Islands, and Monaco. By holding their assets in these jurisdictions, billionaires can avoid paying taxes on their investments and profits. In fact, it's estimated that over $1.2 trillion is held in offshore accounts by wealthy individuals and corporations. While this is not illegal, it does allow the rich to significantly reduce their tax burden and accumulate wealth more quickly. Tax loss harvesting. Tax loss harvesting is a strategy where investors sell losing investments to offset their capital gains. By strategically timing their sales, they can reduce their taxable income and ultimately pay less in taxes. This allows them to keep more of their investment profits and grow their wealth faster. Charitable donations. Billionaires often make large charitable donations to reduce their tax liability. By donating to nonprofit organizations, they can claim these donations as deductions on their income taxes, reducing their overall tax burden. In fact, the world's richest people have pledged to give away billions of dollars to various causes through initiatives like the Giving Pledge. Intellectual property. Billionaires often own valuable intellectual property rights, such as patents and trademarks. They can license this IP to other companies, generating income without having to pay taxes on it. This allows them to monetize their innovations, while keeping more of their wealth within their control. Trusts and estates. Setting up trusts and estates is another popular method for reducing taxes. By placing their assets in trust, billionaires can avoid paying estate taxes when they pass away. This allows their wealth to be transferred to their heirs more easily and with less financial burden. Tax loopholes. Billionaires often have teams of lawyers and accountants who help them find and exploit tax loopholes. These are technical aspects of tax law that allow them to reduce their tax liability. For example, by taking advantage of depreciation schedules, they can write off the cost of investments more quickly, reducing their taxable income. Low tax jurisdictions. Billionaires often choose to incorporate their businesses in low-tax jurisdictions to reduce their corporate tax burden. This allows them to keep more of their profits and reinvest them back into their businesses. It's important to note that while these strategies are legal, they do raise ethical concerns. The wealthy have an advantage in utilizing these strategies due to their resources and expertise, which allows them to reduce their tax burden even further. This can create a sense of unfairness as the middle class and lower income earners don't have the same access to these strategies. Ultimately, the question of how much tax the rich should pay is a complex one with valid arguments on both sides. And that brings us to the end of today's video. What did you find most interesting about the world's billionaires? How do they live, or how do they avoid taxes? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more informative content like this. Thanks for watching.